Coming up next on Good Morning El Paso and happening today, a showdown vote expected on President Obama's border trade legislation. Congressman Beto O'Rourke has made his decision. Also, reaction to the punishment for Daniel Salinas, the man who was almost mayor of Sunland Park. Some say it wasn't enough. And nearly a week after two men escaped from prison, the search tightens around an area not far from the facility. We have the very latest on the search for two convicted murderers.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Well, good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. Thanks for waking up so early with us on your Friday morning. I'm Hillary Floren. Stephanie Valle has today off. Let's check in with Crystal Cly right now. She's got to look at our forecast for not only today, but the all-important weekend.
Yeah, and Stephanie had the right idea taking off because this is a good weekend to be outside, have those outdoor plans. It'll be hot, but typical of June, and lots of sunshine in the forecast. Starting with this morning, we're already sunny, temperature of 75 degrees outside in El Paso. Our winds sit at 5 miles per hour. Over to Las Cruces, 6-mile-per-hour winds. We're fairly dry, relative humidity of just 38%, and our temperature sits at 67 degrees in Las Cruces. These conditions, very nice to start the day. They'll be very nice to end the day. We're looking at temperatures, though, hot in the peak of our afternoon, those upper 90s. Clouds and radar map, there isn't much going on out there. Clear sky conditions will allow for those temperatures to quickly warm this morning. By your lunchtime, we should be around those low 90s. We'll talk more about the temperatures you can expect ranging not just through today, but through your weekend. That's coming up.
Looking forward to it, Crystal. Thank you. And to the headlines now. In just a few hours, Congressman Beto O'Rourke will vote in favor of giving President Obama the authority to negotiate a trade deal. After days of saying he was unsure how he would vote, O'Rourke's office just confirmed with ABC7 this morning that he will indeed vote yes. Good morning, El Paso's Denise Olivas is live right now with the latest on that. Good morning, Denise.
Good morning, Hillary. Congress is expected to vote this morning, and ahead of that vote, protesters are also expected to rally outside Congressman Beto O'Rourke's office here in El Paso today at 8 a.m. In recent days, O'Rourke stressed this was a major decision for him and the borderland, and he was certainly feeling the pressure. If President Obama gets the green light, he's expected to push through the long-negotiated Trans-Pacific Partnership with Japan, Malaysia, Vietnam, Australia, and several other countries. Obama will be able to offer trade proposals that Congress can ratify or reject, but not change. And you can expect opponents to use last-minute efforts to change O'Rourke's mind. They say it will create job losses here in El Paso and will change the quality of imported medicines and foods from other countries. Well, members of the president's own party have been against this plan as well. Also new this morning, Democrats saying that they plan to vote against another measure that would retrain Americans who've lost their jobs because of international trade. Democrats saying that they're willing to sacrifice it in order to bring down the entire package that will give the president authority to fast-track the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Again, this is a story developing this morning as we speak, so we'll be following it all day long. Hillary, back to you.
It certainly is. All right. Thanks so much, Denise. The suspicious death investigation that began Wednesday night is now a murder case, and 38-year-old Tanya Renee Brewer was found passed out in front of a gas station in East El Paso. That's what started it all. Police say Sunday morning, people driving on Gateway West noticed Brewer passed out, but what really caught their attention was the man who was kneeling over her body. Police are charging 45-year-old Eddie Estep now with murder. They say he was Tanya Renee Brewer's boyfriend.
It's just the fact that I knew her that hurts. Like, you know, even coming into work, I was like, wow, you know, I miss her just coming in. Hey, baby brother, you know, with that southern accent that I would always make fun of. You know, she was just a real good-spirited woman, and she was awesome. She'll be missed here a lot.
According to police, Estep admitted to them that he woke up to her standing over him. He says he pushed her, tackled her to the ground, and a struggle ensued. He admits she may have struck her head on the asphalt or the rocks. When asked why he did it, Estep said he was trying to get away from her. He was tired of her abusing him. El Paso police say an argument between two sisters ended with one in the hospital, the other in jail. 20-year-old Priscilla Perales is accused of stabbing her sister in the upper part of the body. Perales is charged now with aggravated assault. It happened Wednesday afternoon on the 3800 block of Level. Police say the victim is at UMC this morning in stable condition. Perales also had an outstanding warrant for theft. She's being held on a $100,000 bond. From our New Mexico mobile newsroom, some say the punishment for Daniel Salinas, the would-have-been mayor of Sunland Park, did not fit the crime. Salinas admitted to attempting to blackmail a political opponent by secretly recording him getting a lap dance that he'd set up. Former Doña County District Attorney Amy Orlando sent out this statement about the current DA. Quote, "It is disappointing that Mr. D'Antonio would give a sweetheart deal to Mr. Salinas and then blame everyone else to avoid accepting responsibility for his own prosecutorial failures," end quote. And new this morning, state police sent us this statement saying, quote, "Without consulting his partner law enforcement agency, the district attorney in Doña County has plea bargained away this case on terms that appear unusually favorable to the defendants, particularly given the strong evidence of their guilt. But the law commits that decision to his discretion, not ours," end quote. Salinas did face up to 4.5 years in prison, but got 3 years probation instead. Now, the man Salinas tried to blackmail says he is okay with the punishment. Gerardo Hernandez says he does not hold a grudge against the man who set up that lap dance and had it filmed. An update now on the El Paso Children's Hospital bankruptcy case. A hearing was held yesterday to prepare the hospital before it heads into mediation with University Medical Center. The judge appointed Judge Tony Davis to serve as the mediator. The mediation will be conducted in the bankruptcy court in El Paso on June 25th. In a statement, the Children's CEO Mark Herbers said the hospital accomplished all of its objectives at the hearing. If an agreement is reached, it would still have to be approved by the judge and El Paso County Commissioner's Court. In other news, 3 people were arrested in Horizon City for allegedly growing marijuana at home. Sheriff's deputies say they got a tip that the plants were being grown at a home on the 400 block of Sunset Hills in Horizon City. The suspects, 26-year-old Oscar Montoya, 29-year-old Aldo Diaz, and 32-year-old Bianca Diaz. Deputies found 26 marijuana plants and other drug paraphernalia on the scene. It is now 6:07. Looking into the sunrise here, things are moving along just fine here in the borderland, throughout the borderland, in fact, east and westbound and US 54 north and south. Looking good out there for that morning commute. So quiet downtown, too. Look at that, I-10 and Kansas. Maybe it's an early weekend for a lot of people. Keep it here, though, for much more to come on Good Morning El Paso. Why authorities are saying the manhunt for those 2 escaped killers in New York may soon be over. Also, the Ebola virus making a comeback in Africa. Just as we said it was gone, we have an update. But first, we want to talk about the weather. Meteorologist Crystal Cly is standing by right now with the very latest numbers. Good morning.
Good morning and enjoy the morning. Temperatures again today flirting with the triple digits. Will we make it there by this weekend? We'll talk about it after your break.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.